Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Racha, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, the elders, and the bishops. Peace and blessings, salutations to the hopefully elect, Tabernacle of David out there, listening and learning, keeping the faith and diligence of our Lord Yahweh Shai, wherever you may be. The MOTB is coming. As you can see here, new digital euro to be implemented in 2025. So we know that the dollar is on the way out. We see that across the earth, digital currencies are being implemented. And the main one that they're talking about is that BRICS digital currency that they're going to use to circumvent the dollar. And ultimately, this is all designed by the elites because the power of the dollar is deliberately being diminished so that they can make way for this new digital system in which everybody, the whole of the earth, is going to have to take this thing if they want to be a part of society. And if you don't accept it, you're going to be outside of society. You're going to be ostracized. You're going to be thrown into detention centers, FEMA camps, and even put to death. All right, so this is the hour of temptation which the scriptures speak about, the time of Jeremiah 30:7, the time of Jacob's trouble. And we surely coming upon this time. This is how you know that we're at the end of this wicked world. But this is the only thing that makes sense because you have other camps teaching false doctrine about what the mark is and what it entails. Men will tell you that the mark is sleeping with white women, that it's an embargo, that it's sin, all right, which none of those things are going to stop you from buying and selling, okay? You got Jake that's dealing with, so-called white women right now. That ain't stopping them from buying and selling. If you put an embargo on the country, that's not going to stop you from buying and selling. Yeah, the amount of goods that you have to buy and sell may be diminished, but that's not going to restrict you from buying and selling anything. So these other philosophies that are out here pertaining to the mark of the beast simply do not make sense according to biblical prophecy, but this right here does. The fact that the devil, which is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is going to roll out. Elon Musk has that Neuralink that they're about to roll out full scale. They've been implanting humans with it recently, and so far it's been looking like they've been getting good results. And when you type in the word Neuralink into the Greek gematria calendar, you get the number 666, which is directly tied to the beast. All right. So look, these are the times that are upon us. You're going to be faced with this, and this is how you know that these guys is not right, because you can clearly see. Listen, even Christians know that this is the mark. I mean, it's not hard to see this, man. And even myself, even before I came under the tutelage of GMS, when I first saw that they was talking about that chip in Sweden years ago, I knew in the spirit that was the mark of the beast. I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense, and that this is the direction that they've been moving towards ever since. And they, and they're putting this thing in warp speed now. All right. So they about to put this thing into full gear. And the more time that goes by, the more that people start to feel the dollar getting weaker. This is going to be the solution. First, it's going to be a digital software ID, but then it's going to be attached to something physical, which is that RFID microchip that they're going to insert in your right hand or on your forehead, as the scripture says. So it's time to stop playing games. It's time to teach the correct doctrine concerning the MOTB, because this thing is going to come upon the whole world. And knowing what the mark is essential to your salvation. All right, because according to Revelation, the 14th chapter, whoever takes that mark, you're not going to receive any mercy from the Lord upon his return. All right, you're going to be destroyed. Plain and simple. So knowing what it is, And having the faith to abstain from this is essential to your walk. So it's important that we teach the right doctrine and inform our people the truth of what the mark is all about. So we'll get into a new digital euro to be implemented in 2025. And 2025 is months away. All right, this thing is right around the corner. It says here in March of 2024, Piero Cipollone, a member of the executive board of the European Central Bank, presented an update on the future of money. See that? The future of money. So this is to let you know that this current way that you buy and sell, this is on the way out. And it's deliberately being done by the elites because they want more control. See, they want to be like the Most High. They want to know everything about you. They want to know what you're buying, what you're spending, and they even want to be able to control how much that you can buy and how much that you can spend. And it's all going to be tied to that carbon footprint. You know, so they're going to say, if you go to the store and you want to buy, a gallon of milk, they're going to tell you, oh, you can't buy this gallon of milk because you've exceeded your allotment of carbon for the day. So you can't buy any more milk. All right. Or they're going to monitor you in a way that, they're going to be able to know if you've spoken against the system, or if you don't agree with a certain policy, they're going to be able to cut you off. You're not going to be able to do anything. All right. This is a completely totalitarian, wicked, oppressive system that's going to be, that these devils want to set up. They're not going to fully realize it, but they are going to put, they are going to bring that chip, because that's biblical prophecy. But the Lord is going to disappoint these devils at the latter end when they think they're about to fill their belly, accomplish their full enterprise, right? So yeah, presented an update on the future of money in the European Union, which was entitled A European Digital Solution for All Occasions. In the presentation, Cipollone reviewed the ECB's path toward the issuance of a pan-European digital future with a common electronic currency called the digital euro. And I remember last year, brothers were going into that WorldCoin, out there in like Spain and Germany. Like you literally had people lined up around the block to scan their eyeballs to get in on this WorldCoin. Okay, and that WorldCoin, that's like that's like a precursor to the digital ID. But you already have millions of people over there in Europe that have signed up for it. So this shows you that when this mark is rolled out, the masses of the world are going to go in that direction. All right, only the remnant, all right, only the elect are going to resist the devil and abstain from taking his mark. All right, but you have 2/3 of our people, 2/3 of Jake, that are really faithless. They don't believe in the prophecy. They don't believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. They're going to take the chip. Those that love money, those that love this world, they're going to go down to Egypt for help. Because when these famines come and these wars in the street come, Esau is going to come with that solution and say, hey, I can make all this go away. I can give you food, shelter, clothing. I can give you safety, peace and safety, right? Then sudden destruction is going to come. All right. But what's going to happen is the masses of these people, they're going to opt to side with the beast system and receive his mark for a momentary, for a brief moment of comfort. Okay, because as soon as they take that mark, it's not like you're going to be on the earth and for years and you're going to be good. You're just going to be eating and drinking and you're going to be comfortable. No, man. Like as soon as you take that, the scriptures tell you, Revelation 14, people are going to develop a grievous sore, more than likely cancer, boils, sores on your body, because this technology is not meant to be inside of the human body. All right, it's not gonna take. So you're gonna have an adverse reaction to taking this device. You see, but the masses of the people are gonna go for this thing, man. And this is what the devil wants. The devil wants to destroy you ultimately, and that's what this mark is really all about, to see who is of the elect and who is not. Because see, Esau when he pushed this mark, he's really gonna do it to weed out, to sift the elect from the masses. All right, because once the masses receive his mark, the only ones that don't take it or choose death, that's when he's going to know who the elect are. That's when the elect are going to be manifest in that day. Those who refuse to take the mark, or those that will be martyrs for the testimony of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Right, that's when Esau is going to know, because Esau don't care about the masses of the people. They're just collateral damage. But Esau really wants to destroy the elect because they hold the testimony. See, and ultimately they have the faith. All right, they're going to overcome ultimately. You see? So that digital euro is coming. It says over the last several years, and in nearly every country around the globe, the development of CBDCs is rapidly catapulting the world towards a truly cashless financial system. In the EU, the member countries are working in the ECB to develop a common digital currency that could be used throughout Europe. The digital euro is scheduled to be rolled out late next year as an adjunct to the traditional payment methods using cash, cards, bank accounts, and other online e-payment systems. Now that's what they're projecting, but they've already been discussing these things, having these backdoor meetings, that there is going to be a hard reset of the grid. The banks are going to go down. Look at what's going on in Bangladesh right now. All right. Look at what happened in Cuba a few months ago. People woke up and they didn't have a bank account. People woke up and they couldn't withdraw any money. The banks were all shut down. The same thing is going to happen in Europe. It's going to happen in America. It's going to happen in all these nations, to where these central banks are going to collapse and people are going to be in a state of perplexity, to where they're not going to know what to do. But when the devil comes and he offers his solution of this digital ID and this digital currency, people are going to accept it because they want, they're going to want their life back, and they're going to see it ultimately as peace and safety. All right. So this devil, these are the things that we got to pay attention to. Forget all the other distractions that's going on. This is what we got to stay focused on, man. These prophecies coming to pass. So it says here, this development is a further step in the world's march towards a cashless society and the eventual mandate. See, you pay attention to that word mandate. All right, they're gonna force this. They're gonna say, if you don't have this, you can't do X, Y, Z. All right, just like during the pandemic. Remember when they had those CV passes, to where you couldn't board a plane, you couldn't go in certain stores, you couldn't do this or go to concerts if you didn't have that, CV pass. Well, it's going to be the same thing, but it's going to be the mark though, okay? So all of what happened during that pandemic, it was all a setup. It was all a precursor to what the real test is going to be, which is the MOTB. And unfortunately, a lot of people failed that test back in 2020. A lot of people failed that. A lot of people took that juicy juice and they developed grievous sores. You see, they developed life-ending conditions, or they were just never the same after. Many people have and are still going back to the spirit world after taking that devil solution. Well, guess what? The mark is going to be the same way. Just like you have millions of people dropping dead from that right now. Right now, you have what they call excess mortality around the earth due to that concoction that was pushed. But when people receive this mark, it's going to be the same thing. You're going to see bodies dropping left and right, man. Okay? So that period was a foreshadowing of what is to come very soon. Next year and going forward. However long that we have left in this place, which we don't have long. All right? Like, honestly, I can't see this place going on for another 5 years. Like, it's just too wicked. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the stuff that's going on geopolitically and what's going on in the Olympics and just people in general, man, like this place is finished. This place cannot continue on the wickedness for too much longer. But anyways, getting back, the eventual mandate by the final world empire. And that's another, look, man, you can't make this up. These Christians know, all right? More than likely, they've been watching the prophets, man, but these Christians know, All right, they know that this is the final world empire. This is the end of an age. Which who's ruling right now? It's Esau. All right, Esau's face is on the world reserve currency, a so-called white man, Benjamin Salakia, George Franklin. I said George Franklin, George Washington, Salakia, Thomas Jefferson, Edomites. All right, their face is on the world reserve currency as it is right now. So they are the ones that rule the world. Okay, but this is the final world empire for everyone to have a personal identifying mark in order to buy and sell. This ID is known in Bible prophecy as the mark of the beast, or the MOTB, and it will characterize the anti-Christ system of government in the last days, which the anti-Christ, it's not just one antichrist. There's a spirit of antichrist, and there's many antichrists. Okay, really, whoever doesn't believe in Yahweh Shai being the son of the Most High, all right, you're an anti-Hamashiach, whether you're an Israelite or not. Okay, you have a lot of jakes to the anti-Christ. Okay, but let's go to the scriptures, man, because ultimately, this is the hour of temptation. Revelation 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So this mark that's coming, this is a trial. Okay, Jacob's trouble is going to be a trial. All right, this is where the Lord is going to separate the gold from the undesirable. All right, so those are the gold, you're going to be tried in that fire. All right, but the elect are going to make it through. Everybody else is going to be destroyed. They're going to be deceived, and they're going to side with the devil and ultimately be destroyed. All right, but this is an hour of trial, man. But this is an hour. Okay, so it's not going to be some long drawn out period to where Esau going to be having his way on the earth like this for years and years, and it's going to be a way of life. No, it's going to happen. Then the end is going to come. All right, that's the understanding. Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, and let's go down to verse 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Noah, Daniel, Hananiah, and Mishael. All right. Those are our forefathers, man, that were put through trials, man. All right, Job, were they ever confounded? Were they ever, forsaken by Yahweh Bashmel Shai? Reading on, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? All right, so our forefathers of old, they had their trials, they had their hour of temptation, if you will, and we're going to have ours in this time today. All right, but the glory of it is, this is the end. This is the last time that we're going to have to go through something like this. After this, we're going to receive the kingdom. And it's going to be an eternal, everlasting kingdom, man, to where nobody is going to, come up against us ever again. All right, so this is the final trial, man, But yeah, look at the generations of old. All the things written aforetime was written for our learning. Okay, as it says in the book of Romans. I believe that's the 8th chapter. Verse 11, for the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in the time of affliction. Yeah, so when this MOTB comes, those that fear the Lord, all right, are going to be saved in that time of affliction. The Lord is going to make a way for you, which ultimately that's going to be the elect. All right, verse 12, woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that goeth two ways. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore shall he not be defended. So you see, the Lord is only dealing with the elect, man. The Lord is only dealing with those that have faith. If you don't believe, the Lord is not going to deal with you. And that's 2/3 of our people that do not believe. They've heard the report. They've heard all these things of what the MOTB is. All right, just like I was talking about earlier, these other camps, IUIC, ISUPK, and, House of Israel and Wi-Fi. All right. They've heard the correct doctrine, but they don't truly believe. All right. You have men out there teaching for vainglory. They want to be the guy. They want to, have all the women to themselves. You know what I'm saying? They, they want their glory on this side. All right. And it's really not even about Yahweh Bashim Yahushua with them, but they come in that name. All right. False prophets. You see? Or they sold out to Esau and they took the bag. You see what I'm saying? These are the men that you have in Israel. Okay? But ultimately, they're the unfaithful. You see, the Lord is not going to save them in the time of trouble because the Lord knows their hearts. Right? Verse 14, woe unto you that have lost patience. And what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you? They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word. See? So when the mark comes, those that have abided in the correct doctrine and believe upon it, guess what? They're not going to disobey the Lord's word. All right? The elect are going to know what the mark is. They're going to abstain from it, and the Lord is going to help them. You see? But those that don't, the Lord is going to give you over unto your lust, which is to be in this world, to be comfortable, ultimately because you've lost patience. All right? Ultimately because you don't truly fear Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So it's, so this walk is a thing of, you should be fearful, man, in this walk, okay? Because we don't know who's of the elect, all right? Because when these things come, that's when, that's going to be manifest. But as it is right now, we don't know, all right? But when you got that fire put under you, that's when you're going to see what you really made of, okay? But right now, we're in practice, all right? But the game is going to be on very soon, all right? They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well, pleasing unto him, and taking the MOTB is not pleasing unto the Lord. And they that love him shall be filled with the law. They that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight, saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men. For as his majesty is, so is his mercy. And that's ultimately dealing with what? That's dealing with faith, believing. All right? When you look at the prophets of old, when you look at our ancient forefathers, one thing that they all had in common was faith. You see? Noah was saved because of his what? Because of his faith. The Lord came and told him the report, and he believed the report, and he did what? Move with fear and prepared an ark to the saving of his house. If Noah didn't believe, then he wouldn't have moved with fear. If Noah didn't believe, then he would have been in the world with everybody else, and he would have been destroyed and taken away with all of them. You see? But because what? Noah fell into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men. You see? So Noah believed the report, and he applied himself accordingly because why? He feared the Lord, and he ultimately trusted and had faith in the Lord that he would be delivered if he obeyed Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You see that? So this walk is all about faith, man. All right, this is why it's important to be faith-based, because because the time is coming to where, this world is not going to produce anything of faith for you. Really, it doesn't already. But how much more when stuff is chaotic? All right, how much more when the world is in chaos? You definitely not gonna have no faith in that time if you're not grounded in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Romans 11. In verse 6, and if by grace, then is it no more of works, but otherwise grace is no more grace. But if it be of works, then it is no more grace, otherwise work is no more work. All right. Verse 7, what then? Israel has not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election. This is what it's all about. It's all about the election. It's all about the elect, right? The remnant, the faithful remnant. Okay, and the rest were blinded. So like I was going back to the point of these other groups teaching these other off doctrines, right? All Israel is not going to obtain it, man. It's really not for all of Israel. It's only for the election, for the remnant. Only the remnant is going to receive this word and apply it, man. That's what the Lord is dealing with. He's dealing with the household of faith, man, which is the remnant elect in these last days. All right, but the rest of Israel, they're going to be blinded. All right, so they're not going to receive the truth even though they've heard it. They're not going to be able to digest. They're not going to be able to eat the whole roll. All right, because we've been commanded to eat the whole roll. You see, but all of Israel is not capable of that, man. This is why 2/3 of our people, they're going to have to know death by pain on this side because, they're not inclined towards Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You see that? Verse 8, according as it is written, Yahweh hath given them the spirit of slumber, 2/3, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear, unto this day. All right. So, hey, there you have it, man. The Lord has blinded 2/3 of Jake, and only that 1/3 remnant is gonna make it out of what's coming. You see? So, this is why the scriptures say to, work out your own salvation in fear and trembling, because we really don't know. Okay? You can have it in your mind to where, man, I ain't gonna take no chip. But hey, when your stomach is touching your back, and if you're not grounded in faith, then you will. All right? If you fear being thrown in jail, or if you fear being put to death, what you have to understand that all these things are from Yahweh by Shemel Shai. You have to understand that, look, if you refuse to take the mark and Esau want to put you to death, that's of the Lord. Or if you refuse to take the mark and Esau want to throw you in prison, as it is written, the Lord wants that to happen. Okay? But just know that if you die for the testimony of Yahweh by Shemel Shai, then it's going to be known in that day that you were of the elect, because you died, right, for the name and testimony of the Lord, man. So you're going to be glorified and resurrected, and be the first fruits in the kingdom of heaven. Okay? So that's what you have to understand is going on, man. This walk is all about faith, and your faith is going to be tried. Okay? Yeah, let's read some more. When it's finally introduced, the digital euro will be the latest electronic option for payments throughout the EU and its member country. This is also coming to America. And it's being promoted as having more capabilities than any other payment method. For instance, compared to cash, cards, or e-payments, the digital euro will be used for both online or offline transactions. By contrast, cash can only be used offline, but not online. In addition, cards can only be used online connected to the internet, but not offline. And e-payments can only be used online, but not offline. The digital euro will be used everywhere, and in every situation, transactions are done. So this lets you know what as well, that there's a new system that's going to be set up entirely. This system, as you know it now, is not going to exist. They're after this crash, they're going to set up something completely new, and they're going to mandate that you got to have a digital ID and the MOTB. All right, when they ready to roll that out. See? But these CBDCs, which they're out right now, you got the Fed now that's up and running. You know what I'm saying? And they're getting ready to use it. They're getting ready to mandate this thing. Check this out. Even today, getting paper money out of your bank account is becoming more difficult. In the U.S., you can still go to an ATM and withdraw paper money within certain limits per day. But if you go to a bank teller and want to withdraw more than the normal amount, they might tell you that it's not possible, and that's known as fractional reserve banking. All right? Let's say that you got $10,000 in your bank account and you want to go to the bank and withdraw all of it. Well, they're going to tell you, we don't have the whole $10,000 to give to you right now. We can give you probably half of it, but you're going to have to wait however amount of business days to receive the rest. Right? So these banks don't carry all this money, man, which means that the money that's really in your account is fake. It ain't real. Because if I have $20,000 in my bank account and I want to go to the bank and withdraw all of it, but all of it isn't there, then where is it? They just put these digits and numbers in your account, but it's not physical money. Right? According to the scriptures, real money is silver and gold. Okay, real valuable assets, man. Like these FRNs, like that nigga Rick Ross. I seen the video where, you know what I'm saying, like the nigga had opened up a safe in his house and he got the whole wall just full of FRNs. And this dumb nigga, they're talking about, yeah, we got to get to the money today. You know what I'm saying? Big boss life. Like, bro, do you realize that this money's about to be worth nothing? It ain't worth nothing now. You know what I'm saying? It's only worth something because it's the dollar. All right. It's still circulating around the world, but that's changing, man. Like, we not feeling the brunt of these nations getting off of the dollar, but going into 2025, you're going to start to feel it more and more. You know, inflation is already killing people, but in the months to come, it's going to get even worse. Okay? But you have individuals like that, Rick Ross and, Floyd Mayweather and, Kanye and all these other individuals that worship money, man. That's what Jake worship. They worship this money. So guess what? When the system crash and they got to maintain what they have, and the only option to maintain it is to take the devil's solution, they going to do it. All right? Because that's what their heart is. Leaving all that behind is going to be too shameful for them. You see? Ultimately. But yeah, man, even right now, that money that you have in your bank account, it ain't all there. Okay? And even if you have below 250,000 in the bank, it's not even insured. All right, so that's majority of people don't have $250,000, man. So you know what? When this system crash, they gonna crash with it. Okay. Yeah. In fact, banks simply don't have the cash reserves on site anymore to hand out large sums of money. Cash in bank vaults is a huge liability, and paper money costs a lot to handle and move around. This is one of the many reasons banking systems want to move to a fully digital currency. You see that? So look, everywhere that you look, the stage is set. Okay? The stage is set, man. And they're going to justify it by convenience. They're going to say, well, nobody can steal your money. If it's on the chip, no one can hack into your account because it's going to be encrypted with AI and all this other type of stuff, right? So yeah, these devils are going to come with all type of stuff, right? And they put Revelation 13 here and 16, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. So all people are going to have to receive this from the rich to the poor, all right? Whether you in jail or whether you are a so-called free person, okay? Free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell. So the fact that this entails buying and selling, this has to do with a transactional system. Okay, buying and selling is a trading system. All right, you have a good or service that I want, I will give you FRNs. That's a trade right there. Okay, so you're making a physical transaction with physical money. In this system, it's going to be all digital. All right, it's going to be all on the grid, all tracked and traced. Everything is going to be known. All right. And they, like I said, they're going to be able to cut you off if you step out of line. Save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name, which is 666. And that's tied back to Esau. Okay, brothers have done lessons on that. Just check out the elders and apostles. All right. So yeah. Yeah, the mark of the beast is predicted to be one of 3 identifying factors that the final world empire will use to identify every person under its control. Their name is given at birth, but alone it could be used fraudulently by anyone. Their number is a secure account number given by the issuing authorities in every country or region where the CBDCs are used. Yeah. So this whole system is done. Okay, Esau is done. This world is done. Another world, Yahweh Shemel Shai is about to crash this thing, man. All right? Call Allah Yahweh Shemel Shai. It's about time to get up out of here, and I'm tired of these damn heathen ruling over us anyway. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's all the precepts I wanted to bring out. And I'm going to end it here. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying through the Rakah Kadash. Call Allah Yahweh Shemel Shai by Shem Rakah Kadash. And until next time, Lord willing, shalom to the elect, Kum Yashala, and the Bible.